episode 27 of the Cow Corner, the cricket podcast. That's how I heard our producer introduce. So I'm trying to copy.
The producer's absent.
Yeah, exactly. So Prashant and Jatan.
Hello.
This is kind of the tail end of the World Cup. It's almost coming to an end. Yeah, but you know, as they say, it's always lonely at the top. It gets
Tail end or the
lonelier.
business end?
Yeah, exactly. It is the business end. And it's not super lonely yet. In about a week, it'll be just one team standing there. Right now, there are four, but before there were four, there were five. And then the question was, which of those two remaining are going to pick up that last spot? And I don't think you would have thought that India would be the last team looking for the semi-final spot. But you know, that's the beauty of T20 cricket. But it was, I thought, a marquee matchup between India and West Indies. And we'll also talk a little bit about South Africa, Zimbabwe, another match that happened. Weren't paying much attention to that for obvious reasons. I mean, South Africa is the current boss. But the other match, Jatan, was, you know, as an Indian cricket fan, was a bit stressful for me because you're expected to win. Like you can't get, even if you can say it's a knockout in quarterfinals, but if India didn't win, you're like, hey, you're going to be out in Super 8s. So, you know, interesting match, and it was in the Eden Gardens, right?
Yep.
So, you know, we had talked about the team composition, you know, how are the teams are going to approach this match, blah, blah, blah. So maybe let's get into it. Yeah. Jatan?
Yeah.
So funnily, looks like India won the toss.
Yes.
Since when that started happening, that the Indian captain has started winning the toss? I mean,
Some of it should be attributed to Rohit Sharma. Now that he's not the captain, it's probably easier.
Because I was like, wow, India actually won the toss. So, and then there is a whole thing with do you bat first or second? Typically in T20, you want to chase, correct?
Yep.
One reason or the other.
Again, because of the famous reason, the D.
Oh, not the
D word. The D word, the due factor.
Due.
Yeah, I feel for the team batting second, bowling second. It's just not fair. You know what? I propose all matches in India where due can be a factor should be during the day. I know that will hit the broadcast revenue and all of that, but
forget it.
I mean, the matches itself should be fair. I don't like this.
Or maybe have a dome.
Then that, maybe. But then that changes the overall weather effect on the game, right?
Well, you want to change that. You're saying that.
It's just the due you want to change.
Right.
And not the elements, all the other elements. But
so you want to pick and choose.
Sure.
You hate the due.
Because that tilts I think unfairly, it tilts thing towards the team who won the toss or who's bowling last. I mean, who's batting last rather.
Yeah. I mean, so I was just trying to look at the overall match, right? And I'm like, if I was to summarize the overall match, what do I say? Did I, you know, depending on which few minutes you watched, you would say it was sloppy, or you would say just brilliant or brilliance, or you would say it was classy, or
a bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, or you would say lots of belief. So, I mean, or maybe was it just the nerves playing and what is the big word they use? Manifesting itself in different ways, right? Some people using those nerves to show their class, their brilliance. But you know, there was a lot of sloppiness, some like really strange drops, catches being dropped. But also brilliant catches, or catch at least. I saw the one by Hetmeyer. I mean, that catch was
Hetmar
just...
took both of them were good. I mean, the second one was even better, but
Yeah, I saw the
actually
second one.
he took 3 catches. No.
Oh,
So
did
he
he?
took 3 catches. The first one he took was of Abhishek, which was he ran in. Things about catches are we always try to focus on the last moment when the ball lands in the hand, right? But you also have to look at how the player got it himself or
Yeah.
herself into position, right? And that is what Hetmar did well when he caught Abhishek. He ran quite a few meters inside. He was positioned on the boundary, and he ran quite a few meters inside and took the catch. So, I mean, that was a good catch.
So what's interesting, Jatan, is even while batting, right, you say keeping your shape, your head still, right? There is thing about these mechanics that, to be very honest, personally, I never initially, when I was, younger and watching this game, never understood. And that's what coaching is about, right? Technique, keeping your shape while taking a catch.
And we'll get into the technique a bit about what Sanju changed, right? So we'll get into that. But coming to the catches, right? Hetmar took 3 good catches. The second one was of Ishan Kishan. Again, it was right at the boundary. He made it look very easy. He made it look very easy. But he was just in this position so quickly. I mean, amazing. Made it look very easy. And obviously, Tilak Verma's catch at mid-off, right? That also, he timed his jump to perfection. So, yeah, very good catching, definitely.
Amazing.
And correspondingly, terrible catching by the Indian team collectively, right? Especially Abhishek Sharma dropping to terrible fielding miss right up front. I mean, you have to be aware of how the runners are running, right? It was a mess.
And Jason Holder dropping, Hardik Pandya.
Holder dropping. Yeah.
It was just, that's why I said at the top, right? A lot of sloppiness, a lot of brilliance, a lot of all of it. But I think as we say, right, it's just nerves. Like both the teams
probably
were feeling it for different reasons. I mean, you mentioned Hetmar, his catch of Tilak Verma. I definitely want to coin a phrase for Tilak Verma. And I was watching that and I'm like, and I might have jinxed him in my head because I was saying he's prime time TV. Tilak Verma. It's prime time. Anytime it's prime time, you see, and he played some awesome shots.
Awesome shot.
I mean, really, really, even the shot on which he got out, you would say it was definitely, as we were talking earlier, brilliance of the fielder. That shot was on.
It was on. So, he was up in the circle. Absolutely. I mean, doing this and getting out is okay. You're thinking right. And I don't think the ball was not something that you could not hit. He just didn't get the elevation, and it happens.
Maybe it was a little bit, as I was watching the replay, a little bit closer to him than he thought. Maybe he had to go more inside out. But either way, I mean, I that's why I want to call him.
Those are margins, right? Small margins. Yeah, small margins.
Prime time Tilak Verma. So, I mean, again, West Indies scored 195, which again, I as an Indian cricket fan was scared. I was like, 195 in a knockout match is a lot. Yeah. You should be able to defend that, hands down. I mean, I would back my team to defend 195 in a knockout. But I guess, you don't have a Bumrah or you don't have Bumrah.
Yeah, that's
such.
Probably was the difference, right? To a certain
extent.
That
was they got exposed. West Indies got exposed,
Had this been South African bowling attack, it could have been very hard, right? And that is what if India meets South Africa in the finals, again, I'm probably going much ahead of myself, but or even against England, right? I mean, England's bowling attack is also probably better than West Indies. They're in form also, right? As we've discussed before. Yeah,
100%. So let me call out one thing. India has the sixth bowler problem. I was really scared. I was like, who is going to... And there are a few people I'm chatting with. They're like, we have Abhishek and we have Tilak and we have Shivam Dubey. I'm like, is there a clarity? Maybe there is, that when the time comes, whom am I going to give that ball to? Because so let's think about this for a second. If you're going to go to your fifth, sixth bowler, is because either you're way ahead and you're not going to do that in semi-final, or you are behind. And if you are behind, that's the irony. You're behind, you need someone to step in and give you that 1 over without giving, 25 runs in that 1 over. And I don't really see, I've seen Dubey, so I have zero confidence. I was just like, Dubey is in the team. I hope you don't have to bowl him, because those West Indian batters would have hit him 6 sixes. Every ball. Either it would have been a wide ball or a sixer. I
or
really
a no ball.
Or a no ball, even worse. I think
I guess we are being too harsh on him, but I guess he's kind of in that situation. Yeah,
as a bowler.
I agree. He's not looking confident. And also, like, so suppose you have an option where you want to bowl Abhishek Sharma or Tilak Verma, right? For matchups or whatever, right? But are they primed for it, right? Are they primed for bowling in a semi-final? So Surya Kumar Yadav, the captain, might feel that, this is a good matchup, or I'm going to hand over the ball to one of these three guys. But are they confident enough? Shivam Dube doesn't look confident at all.
No.
In a semi-final, when you're facing, say, Harry Brook, right? Are you going to, is Verma or Abhishek, are they going to be primed for that? I'm very concerned about that. Yes, we definitely have a 6-bowler problem.
Yeah. And you need to have a 6th one available and clarity on, hey, when the need is, I'm going to give the ball to you.
Especially when you have Pandya and Akshar, who are reasonably good all-rounders, and you're still struggling for a 6th bowler. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I would pick a specialist bowler, never mind. It's not
drop Shivam.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He hit those 2 boundaries. Come on.
In Dubey's defense, he at least didn't show nerves when he came in, right?
Agree.
It could have been easily 17. He came in when it was 17 runs in 10 balls, and had he taken a ball or 2 and gotten out, it could have been 17 runs in 7 balls. And then Akshar's walking in, and then 1 ball he kind of plays, probably takes a single. So then it's 16 runs in the last over. That really changes things, right?
100%.
And so he definitely calmed the nerves.
And played 2 really proper shots without trying to hit it out. I agree.
Yeah, especially I didn't understand in the second last over who was bowling that. I think Shamar Joseph was bowling that, right?
Yeah.
The second boundary that Shivam Dube hit. He has all fielders up in the circle, and then he bowls a wide ball to Shivam. He just had to put bat on ball. And the previous ball, he did the same thing. It luckily went straight to the fielder, and he bowled the same kind of ball again. So maybe again it's due, right? You don't know, right? Or maybe they're trying to call a bluff, whatever it is, right? But it was just too easy for Shivam to be there.
No, and he definitely, that is when I was thinking India shouldn't lose a wicket, because if you do lose a wicket, the new person batter has to quickly come and score. You don't have to hit big boundaries, but you have to keep moving. Otherwise, as you exactly described, equations can change. But then India definitely has 6th bowler problem. And I cannot, that was stressing me out. I was like, who are they going to go to? But, I thought West Indies played, again, going back to the match, they played really well. That Jason Holder and Powell again kept scoring, and they got themselves to 195, which is a winning total. If I was batting first, and if somebody said, right now I can give you a deal that you'll finish your innings in a knockout quarterfinals 195, I would take that deal every single time. Because I'm like, what other thing can happen? Well, the other team has Bumrah and Arshdeep and Varun, and some really bad things can happen if all of them are on song. I'm getting 195. I'm taking that. So, I feel they should have been able to defend, but we have talked about this before. Their bowling, and I read also somewhere, it's very defensive. They don't have, I saw Shamar Joseph. I've seen him, by the way, bowl in tests before.
Yeah.
The way he bowls in tests is very different than how he bowls in T20s. I know it's a completely different different sport. But I don't feel that way about Bumrah.
Yeah. No,
Right? Pretty much.
Well, Bumrah is a generational
No, special.
skill.
Fair. But what I mean is just as a bowling technique, what do you bowl is, some... Anyway, I'm going to go
maybe
in a
maybe he
tangent.
just needs more experience, right? I don't know. Just 26 years of age, only 11 tests and 6 ODIs. So, yeah, he's relatively new. But, yeah, I was listening to some of the interviews and everything, right? One of the things that did come out was maybe with the bowling that West Indies had, right? They probably would have wanted to get some more runs, right? Just to kind of bat the opposition out of the game. And somehow, while I was watching them bat, right? So they were 195 for 4, if you think about it, right? A lot of the batting didn't even have to bat, right? Shepherd didn't even come in. So I'm thinking that maybe were they late in accelerating? So that was maybe Rutherford and Hetmeyer got out, and that was not controversial, but he himself didn't think he nicked it, but whatever, right? But the snicker was there. So maybe they just didn't start fast enough, or maybe actually that's the thing, right? Hetmeyer's and Rutherford's wicket that Bumrah took in that over, or not Rutherford's, but Chase's, right? He kind of put on the brakes, right? So that was also important.
Like you don't want to feel you're going to get bundled out, right?
Maybe.
And that's why I feel if you just look at it, hey, 195 was the score. I would back my team to defend on a pressure match, especially when the other team is expected to win. But then we have talked about this for so long, and we haven't mentioned one person's name. That's Sanju Samson. He's one of those players that you and I, we have followed for a while. He has been captain in IPL. He's one of those players that for some reason makes me or reminds me of how Rohit Sharma used to be, meaning like really classy batter who would hit some like really awesome shots and blows and suddenly get out. Right? You wouldn't play, he will play a good cameo and then get out. And then you're like, dude, you're so good, just hang in there. But then it's easier said than done. At the same time, it's destiny that it so happened that he was brought in for the match before because of the struggles we were having at the top of India was having at the top of the order. He made most of it in that match against Zimbabwe. And then I was so happy that we kept that combination, which had to be, by the way. That was, you couldn't then drop Samson after that.
Yeah. And also with Ringu Singh, also not sure, right? I mean, I think probably came back from the family emergency, but still, I think with Sanju Samson doing what he's doing, and Abhishek Sharma, you expect him to eventually, I mean, we have been waiting for a long time, by the way, and he had a 50 last match, so you can't really remove him. And Ishan Kishan is also in reasonably good form. I think he played well in this match also. The catch again, which Hetmeyer took, was pretty good. I think it made sense. I'm glad that Sanju was persisted with. It would have been easy for the team to again take him out, but he repaid the faith, right?
I also heard, I think DK mentioned that in the commentary, that when he scored a 50, first thing he did, he went and just took guard again.
Yeah.
Which is, it just says, okay, I've just started. I've just begun.
Yeah, the job's half done. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he literally said, I'm starting again. So, correct. And beautiful shots, very decisive shots.
Yeah. I mean, I watched large part of his innings, but also watched the highlights, right? And in highlights, you're just basically seeing the shots that he played. Never ever did it feel that he's rushed or he's out of shape or he's slogging in any way.
That's what Rohit gives you when he's playing well. Yeah.
Even the 6 that he hit in the last over, it was there to be hit, right? He could have just we needed India needed 7 runs in the last over. He could have tapped it in the gap for a couple or whatever, right? But the ball was there and he just flicked it and it just went out of the park. So none of the shots seemed forced. None of the shots seemed slogs. The cuts, the drives through gully and point that he hit were like so precisely placed. He was in his zone. I mean, he was like he didn't even go to his top gear. And he scored those runs so beautifully, and that is what hopefully he also kind of learns from it, that it's you don't always have to function with the talent that you have. You don't always have to function in top gear, in fifth gear, right? Because at that point you're taking a whole lot more of risk. So yeah, you want to maybe think that, okay, maybe I'll keep that for the end or whatever. Like, let me just play my natural game and just find those gaps and score
I
those
do.
runs.
I mean, just other factor here is Hardik Pandya. Just his batting wise, it's interesting, right? Like when I was watching, I thought, okay, this is not the time to come and try to hit the first ball out, because you have seen him get out in some of the previous matches. That regardless of the situation, he will try to hit one out. He played a decent innings for sure, but there is still a tendency that I want to hit a big shot. I want to hit a big shot there, right?
Yeah, he has to pick and choose. I think he can do that, and he's probably supposed to do that. But you have to pick and choose the ball, the bowler, and the situation and the moment, right? That's probably, I think, is something he could do better. Yeah. And one more thing about Sanju, right? Was just reading about that. So the trigger moment, right? So one of the technical things that he fixed. So in the series against New Zealand, he was like really not clicking, right? And one of the things that I read about was that he has this trigger movement of going back and towards the leg, right? So he was doing that, and by the time the ball was reaching him, he was kind of getting rushed into the shot or not stable enough, right? In this position. But what he kind of worked on was to, I think he needs that trigger movement because that's probably what prepares him for the shot. But what he's doing is doing that a split second earlier. So by the time the ball comes to him, he's done that movement and he's already in a stable, sound position to play his shot. So doing that a few milliseconds earlier is what changed. And it's interesting, right? It's a matter of milliseconds, right? Because the ball is being thrown, pitched at you or bowled at you, and you're going to receive it in a fraction of a second. So those millisecond or minor things that you do is what kind of changes things for you, right? And that's what he has done, and that paid dividends. So that was a good technical small thing that I noticed he had done.
One total random thing in this match, I don't think there were any no balls bowled.
Oh, okay, I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
that's good.
They were, that's like actually really good. I did see some wides in the end by the West Indians, but I think overall discipline was there.
I think wides is still okay because with the game being so batsman friendly, right? You may want to mix it up, and sometimes it can just go beyond that line, right? So that's still pardonable. But
in doubt, bowl a wide.
Yeah, you can also surprise the batsman, right? That way.
Correct. I mean, sometimes they say, hey, wide is you give extra run and you have to bowl the ball again. I'm like, no, it's one or the other. You just give an extra run. You have to bowl that ball anyways. So no big deal.
But no ball gives you that. You hit the shot, you get the runs, and then you bowl another ball, which is a free hit, which is
correct. No ball is worst.
Destruction.
No ball is worst. I mean, interestingly, so just to go at the top again, very very combination of lot of things in this match. Lot riding on it. India was obviously a clear favorite, but West Indies was playing well. They have the team to score a lot of runs for sure. They batted first and back and forth, and ended up 195. And a lot of catches dropped, brilliant catches, brilliant batting. It had all the masala, kind of that you wanted. Obviously, individually, I'm happy that India won the match and semi-finals. Without that team, especially the form in which they are right now, they are the world number one, would have been a bit of a letdown.
As a fan, let me ask you. So I was talking to a couple of friends, and while the game was going on. So as a fan, when the Indian team was batting, at any point did you see that, oh God, India is in trouble? Or as a fan, oh God, my team is in trouble? Or what was your thought process? Why don't you relive that moment for a moment?
Yeah. I mean, so at the beginning, when I won't lie to you, when Surya got out,
Okay.
I was worried.
99 for 3, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah, he got out at 99 at 10 overs. Okay.
That's why I just thought, right, this is where you need someone to keep the I don't know, just the role Surya Kumar has played. That was the moment I was.
Makes
and
sense.
then the last 2 overs, right? I was like, don't lose wicket, because if you lose, it's going to become, the equation could become really slippery. So those are the 2 moments.
Interesting, because I was talking to a couple of my friends. One of them is Avinash, who really he listens to our podcast, all of them, right? So shout out to him. But he was like, okay, I was like really worried when Surya Kumar got out, but interestingly, right? While I was watching the game, to me it never really felt that the chase was out of hand. Because one thing that the team did well was to keep the run rate up, right? At no point did it go beyond 11 and a half. I don't think it ever touched 2 runs.
I think it's belief, right, Jatan? Sorry to interrupt you, but remember we said bunch of things. The belief is there, which is unshakable. As a fan, you especially people like me, we are very like superstitious and worried. But, that belief is there. The body language and the belief is there. That's what Surya, at the way long time ago, we were talking about what Surya was in terrible form before the World Cup, right? I had made a comment saying he wouldn't have made the team if he wasn't captain. And I still feel that. He wouldn't be in the team if he wasn't the captain. But he's a captain for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. And he does. That's the value he's bringing. So when he got out, I was like, oh no. And you still need 10 runs and over. That's why 195 it's not a 160, 170, 180. It's not a 250, but it's still 200. Close to 200. So that's when I was worried.
For a change, I heard comments from friends and the same thing that you said, right? But for some reason, as a fan, never really felt that it's going out of hand, which was good to feel for a moment. Or maybe it was just that the bowling attack, I felt at the back of my mind, was not as good as South Africa.
Because you think logically. That's what you bring to our team, right? 3 of us.
My logic,
doesn't matter. Like others have to do their job, but like you can back your position, which is interesting. I do still feel though that when you're chasing in a knockout match at home, when you're a clear favorite and you still need to make 10 runs and over until like all the way through, start to finish, and you lose your 3rd wicket, which is like heart of the middle of the lineup, so to say.
Interesting. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how that's going to go. But that's when, again, Sanju Samson and the prime time TV. Tilak Verma is just, he's a really awesome find. I think we're almost at time. So, yeah, to wrap up, I think the semi-finals are nicely lined up. India versus England and South Africa versus New Zealand. Should be fun matches, 2 semi-finals and a final. So cannot believe World Cup is almost coming to an end.
Yeah, maybe we could do a short thing before the semi-finals, but I think New Zealand has an opportunity to avenge their defeat against South Africa, and
the Black Caps.
Well, in the Black Caps, and they can be dangerous for sure, right? And the other thing is India, England. Yeah, I think England, their spinners are doing well. India's batting is sort of clicking, so it's going to be interesting. And there is always the Harry Brook threat, so it's going to be.
And do you think the law of averages might catch up with South Africa? One off day, they haven't had an off day.
They don't. They
other than the one against Afghanistan. Against Afghanistan. Sure.
But they did it well. So anyway.
They haven't had an off day. So we'll see. I mean, we'll be at it again. So this is Prashant and Jatan, and this is the Cow Corner. Ciao.
All right. Thank you.
Peace out.
This episode was produced by Mukta, Phatak. Music by Joe Reynolds.